got one person not liking.
Really?
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Let me just turn the camera here a bit. There we go. See the big green ball.
I've been hated by better people.
I've been called worse by better.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. MB, you're asking how do we monitor multiple stocks? I mean, I guess, over time you develop an ability to monitor, more things as you sort of have more experience. I think when I started, I was only watching like 2 stocks, and I just didn't watch anymore because it was too much data overload. And I think you have to sort of determine that for yourself, how you can best manage it.
For me personally, I put up a watch list of about 5 or 6 stocks. As the market gets closer to the open, 1 or 2 will maybe start to stand out to me as being ones I kind of want to focus on right at the open. So the way I have my charts set up is I put those 2 charts sort of almost squarely in front of me, and I have another 6 charts off to one side with what I would call my secondary list. So I've got my primary focus is on one screen with 2 charts, and then whatever charts I'm watching that's associated to the montage. And so that's kind of the way I handle the open. And if I'm not liking the way the 2 stocks are trading and the 2 I'm focusing on, my gaze will start to travel over to my secondary screen to see if there's anything there that's looking interesting. And of course, I'll be listening to what if I'm in the open with Andrew or Thor. I will also listen to what they're saying. So if they're flagging something and I'm not seeing anything I really like, then I can flip to that chart. So it's kind of a convoluted answer, but that's that's the way I focus on things at the open. It seems to work for me.
Convoluted. I got confused. Can you say it again? No, I'm kidding. No, that's a decent answer. That's sort of how I do it. I tend to watch a couple of things and then flip them as people are mentioning things. But I tend to try and focus on just a few stocks.
Yeah, especially if you're starting out, you shouldn't have 5 or 6 charts up and being trying to scan them all. You should be doing what what I would do is just focus on 2 and then kind of keep your ears open and your eyes just occasionally glancing around, maybe at the chat, etc. But no, I only have level 2 on one chart. So I have 3 charts on one screen. I've got one chart with a 5-minute and a 2-minute at the open, and I've got 2 other charts with other stocks on 2-minute charts. And the only chart I have with a level 2 is the one I'm really focusing on. So I'm just, especially at the open, you're just watching price action. Really, you're just watching that. You're watching the volume, and you're watching time and sales, and you're watching price. It's at level 2, really, I would say, doesn't really come into play until we're a couple minutes into the trading day, at least 5 or 10 minutes into the trading day.
Yep.
Go ahead, Peter. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to sort of say the same thing. We all have different setups. Here, let me try something. We all have different setups, so you need to find one that's comfortable for you. But the screen.
See, my DOS is shut down here. Exit.
So just popping up on the screen here. What I've got up on the screen, guys, this is I've got 3 screens that look like this. So for me, I've got 6 monitors. Well, this is going to be a little confusing on what you're seeing. In fact, let me just let me do this. Hold on, just to give you an idea for a second. So I've got 3 screens that look like this, where I have 5 different charts, 5 different time frames of the same stock. I've got a montage, my 2 different, well, this one only has 1, but normally I'd have 2 time and sales, and then a watch list. So this would be complicated for a lot of people, especially if you're trying to watch 3 of them, but I've gotten used to it. I've sort of gone from 1 to 2 to 3 over the years, but that's how I watch a stock. So that's what it looks like for me, just to give you an idea. Right? So, and then I've got a separate screen that's got, it's just 9 finger charts, if you will, where I can follow other things just to see what they're doing. So there's a lot of stuff going on my screens, but but it's taken me, 3, almost 4 years full time to get to the point where I can watch that. I used to watch significantly less. So don't feel that you've got to try and watch everything on the market. In fact, that's one of the things that people often make the mistake. They try and watch too much. Where you could have success if you just stuck with 1 or 2 tickers all day and watched for the opportunities on those, it probably would have yielded you better results. MB, I do have 3 different montage windows open for 3 different stocks, yes. So that way, if I'm trading 1 or 2, I'm rarely in more than 2 things at a time, but should it happen, it does happen, then I can sort of have 1 on each screen and make sure I'm ready to exit that without having to flip between anything.
Ready to rumble.
Ready to rumble. But people have got different approaches. I mean, I think Norm said earlier today, he only uses 1, and that's what he looks at. So there's no right answer. What was that, Spectrum? Oh, the
Search function.
this thing here. Hold on. Just pop it out for a second. You're looking at this thing.
I'm really just a momentum guy at the open. I mean, I look for opening range breakouts. I really like rising devil trades. I can't think of one that I've traded this week, rising devil, just because it's the setup isn't always there for rising devil. Usually in this market, you can pretty much find something that's going to break out. Like we were noting Neo this morning, was looking strong going into the open. So we had that little bit of a pullback after the market opened, and then off to the races. Same with XPEV, sorry.
So what you're asking, that bar, this bar is called the dynamic scale bars. It's right here. If you want it, you just go to the level 2 config and you need to select that option. I'm not sure that it's that useful. I'm trying to figure out if it's useful, so I have it on my chart, but that's how you get it anyways.
Well, bottoms can show themselves in a couple of different ways. I would say one would be like a double bottom. That's kind of a classic pattern that we like to trade. Peter has done videos on double tops and double bottoms, and the other one is these parabolic drops that Eamon has done a video on, I believe. Yep. Was that the one called the Pearson fail?
I think that's Jared's strategy.
Yeah. Jared's. Okay. So if you go in to our web, our videos, our webinars, or that would be in the education center, right, Peter?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you go in there, you can find the Jared's Pearson fail strategy. That really gives you a good strategy to trade on a flush. I would call it that, where you get either a real hard sell-off, and then the last sort of candle is a big volume candle, and that's usually a sign of all the longs just finally giving up. Usually that's where the reversal will happen. And then, of course, the double bottoms are always, again, a sign of seller exhaustion. And buyers start to recognize that and will come in on that second dip when that second dip holds. So those are two good strategies to use for reversing. The more difficult one is the V reversal, I would say. You really don't get a sign. It just reverses. For some reason, it finds a level. Maybe there's just a level that people are waiting at to start to jump in.
Yeah. The best are the V reversal. It's sort of the Pearson. It goes into that Pearson fail, which will explain to it, where you could get a volume signal, and that may be the only indication you get is a big volume spike. But hopefully it's at a level, because that helps you understand why it's reversing there, give you a little confidence in it. But what do we got? 42. We got some earnings after the close. Specifically, we're watching Disney and Cisco, Applied Materials, Blink Charging. That's about it. There's a bunch of others, but nothing that we would regularly watch. So we'll see. Take a look at those since they're happening within 5 minutes of the close. And I'll tell you now, I do not have the trade of the day. So Mike has not given that to me, so I can't share with you the trade of the day. Let me just double check and make sure I haven't got it in the last couple of minutes. I do not seem to have it, no. So the trade of the day goes to me, because I hereby declare. No. I think I'd have to fill out an HR form on myself if I did that. You knew it was rigged. I knew it was rigged all along. You guys are just playing games. Damn you. Curse all of you. Well, I'm glad we could bring some levity to your day, Hans. Markets are just sort of moving sideways. I got the SPY up on the screen you're looking at. We're seeing the usual type of chop into the close. A little hard to figure out what's going on.
It is.
So my buddy, let's take a look at our EV stocks. XPEV is up here just sort of holding on to a level.
And they're kind of selling off a little bit. A little bit of profit taking will be, I'm sure they'll be on our list tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I was watching an interview on this XPEV stock. Mm-hmm. I guess they've got some pretty. I guess they've already been shipping cars, so they're not just a concept story like some of the other ones.
Right.
So they've shipped cars already, and I guess they have a couple of other models. So they're well ahead of us, Peter, on our EV company.
Yeah, well, we're not really worried about building any. We just we have just yet to find a big enough hill, right?
Yeah, exactly. We just want to say we're building them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
yeah,
best model of all. Again, we've decided to follow the Kodak model of business. You just announce that you're in everything, and if we're lucky, maybe we can get some government funding out of it.
Well, I'm hoping we should be. Dare I say we should be Quebec based?
Yeah, well.
Or would that be politically incorrect?
I don't know. That might give us some good funding. I think that there's you have to worry about forces that try and manage our company.
Yeah.
I think Hans has got a point though. We better get moving here because the EV fad might end before we get started. So
yeah.
We got to capitalize.
Exactly. Yeah, it could. Yeah, we just need to get somebody with a SPAC.
Yeah.
And we're good to go.
But we're not really worried about that. Don't worry, because we'll just we will again. Remember, we're following the Kodak model, which means we just get to move on to the next fad. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, we'll just rebrand our company, and next thing you know, we'll be making blenders, or I don't know, whatever the next thing is.
Whatever the next thing is.
We'll be doing biotech. You and I will be gene splicing in our basement, or at least telling people.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, yeah, the SPY is now actually I've made a pretty good trade yesterday with shorting the energy market. XLE had a nice big run up and put in a topping pattern, and now we're pulling back now on the last day or two with lots of discussion on things maybe closing down again.
Got some
right on both sides.
Sharp movement down here on the markets.
Yeah, I think things aren't particularly positive right now, are they? I guess in the short term. I think we're getting some selling today on these challenges with COVID. Sounds a lot. Yeah, I stopped out of LAC because it just dropped below my entry point. I'm just I am watching it. I may re-enter it here. The only thing I'm not really liking too much is the way the markets are trading going into the close here. I am still holding on to Rocket, although it is failing as well.
That's my 1 minute warning to the 10-minute warning.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. So
okay.
We'll see what.
Not good. Yeah.
We'll see what
gold and silver selling. Everything's selling off here, which is not good. We got. All right, well, what do we got?
All right, 8 seconds. We'll see if we get a big settlement date today. A bit of a jump up, jump down, jump up, and jump down. Ooh. Microsoft bouncing around here a little bit. AMD chopping.
All right, okay. Haha.
SPY moving up now.
Yeah, look at that, eh? Put in a bottom. Now they talk about double bottoms. There's a bit of a double bottom on the SPY. Just on the 2-minute chart, it just looked like it was going to sell off there. Pretty much, that's a pretty much a almost picture double bottom there.
On
picture
which
perfect. On the SPY actually.
Oh, on the SPY.
Yeah. One bottom, two bottoms.
The second
Actually,
one's a little lower than the first one, which is not.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Well, I find that the ones that actually do give that sort of, I will call it a false breakdown. I find those even more confirming. Because if it breaks down a little bit and then snaps back, if I see those, and I wasn't watching it, unfortunately, if I see those, I find that's even a more solid confirmation that that a bottom has been put in.
Oh, okay.
But it has to snap back right away. Like you can see that doji candle. That's a really nice reversing doji on that false breakdown and snapback.
Right. I have not found that, but
Oh, okay.
you could be right.
But you kind of have to wait a little bit to make sure it's not just, more downside. It sort of has to confirm that, it put in a bottom.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, come on. What is going on here? There it is.
Oh man.
Hmm. Hmm. What the heck? Oh, it's May. Okay. All right.
I was trying to get along here on Microsoft. I got a terrible fill. It spiked up on me and it filled me at the high here. And oh, come on. See, I just got another one.
It's like, okay. Hmm.
That is terrible.
Wow, PLTR is really kind of selling off into the close here. So is XPEV. What was? Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. Just doing some printing here. So XPEV high of day was 48.35 by the looks of it. 48.57 actually.
That was terrible.
Was Neo's was 49.35.
Seriously?
Wow, interesting price action on the XPEV and Neo today.
That's Microsoft. That was.
I wish I was. Yeah, I'm printing money. I wish. No, my. I'm
You might want to admit it if you're actually doing that. By the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't admit to it if I was.
Well, that was just an ugly trade on Microsoft. I just tried a little long there, and that was not happy.
Clear.
Checking to see what snow actually did. Well, right now they're not doing much. Jeez, I can't believe I got like 3 terrible fills in a row on Microsoft. All right, well, I guess it happens.
It does happen. Dang. All right. Well, let's see here. I'm going to take. I am going to keep my rocket as swing trade.
So what is Neo doing into the close here? Not much. It's going to find a level it likes, I think, and just settle at it. We got 3 minutes left.
Okay. I'm just. What else we got here? Neo is reporting in 5 days. So what would that be? That would be next Thursday.
Five.
Just
Wait.
yeah, 5.
Like actual days
Oh,
or
wait a
5
sec.
work days?
Well, that's
Monday.
That's correct. That is a good question. I just looked on Estimize. It said 5 days.
Right.
So let me just look here.
Neo.
It is.
Neo
It is
should report
reporting
on the 17th, Tuesday.
Yes, the 17th. Correct.
Yeah.
So just something to be aware of. XBEV actually, I thought they just report because I thought in that interview he mentioned something about they came out with some report anyway. It was an interview with a guy on, if guys are interested in it, it was an interview. You'll find it on Yahoo Finance. They were interviewing the CEO, I guess, of XPEV.
All right, minute and a half left here on the day.
I'll look for it in a second here. We're just watching things go into the close.
Wow, there's a little jump on Microsoft. Should have got back in Bush below 215. The market was clearly going up and Microsoft was resisting. Too late now. The day is over.
It's done.
Almost. Mere seconds left.
All right, there we go. Are we going to hear the bell? Look at Spy is rocking.
There it is.
Spy is rocking into the close. Popping back up. I'm not sure if that was a bit of short covering. Oh, interesting. So TLT was I think that's the interview there for the XPEV guy.
XPeng is differentiating itself in the electric car market.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Holly and Grant. I'm not sure which one I'm talking to. Maybe Holly Grant. Yeah, I know he was talking about some numbers they put out there, so he obviously reported something. Wow, Spy is continuing to move. Is there some? So are we missing something?
XP, they said that this article, Brian, that you sent says that they delivered fourth quarter 10,000 vehicles. So they're much bigger than Neo.
That's more. Yeah, that's more than Neo, which was 5,000 and something.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So AMAT is
Yeah. Watching AMAT, oops, I should put it on the screen here. AMAT, we're getting a spike up here, so let's see
Yeah.
what their numbers are.
Numbers were apparently pretty good.
They're supposed to announce right at the close. I'm also keeping an eye on Disney and Cisco. Here we go.
Disney.
They beat top and bottom line, not hugely, but they did beat. So might be something to keep an eye on. Oh my goodness, it's Friday the 13th tomorrow.
Wow.
AMAT Hans, yes, usually it's not a great trade. Every once in a while it'll trade okay. But usually great, in my opinion. Has volume. That's a weird thing. It's one that it has volume almost every day, but I don't find it a good trading stock. There we got lots of earnings coming out. Again, nothing I really watch. Blink charging. They missed their numbers on earnings, but beat on sales quite a bit.
Huge. Yeah, huge, eh?
They like doubled their
Huge.
revenue, but missed on earnings. That's interesting. Blink. I'm going to put this on here too.
Blink is actually going up on that, isn't it? Yes. Well, no, it was going up. Now it's dropping.
Now it's dropping. Yeah. So we'll put Blink here, so you can see what they're doing. Just waiting for Disney and Cisco. Should be still another minute or so.
The XRT.
Jesse, I'm finding the actual numbers. I figure out what the earning, which companies are going to have earnings using. I like Earnings Whispers, the website, just earningswhispers.com. But then I'm using our Benzinga news feed that we have in the room. I'm just watching the headlines as they come through, and they're all being posted. So if you haven't used the Benzinga feed in our room, just click on the Benzinga logo at the top, and it'll open that news feed and follow it right there.
So SPY went out on a bit of a strong note. Again, I'm not really sure if that was short covering squeeze or XPEV is starting to lose altitude here as we go into the aftermarket.
Disney's getting some action here, spiking up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen their numbers yet, but it's starting to move.
Yeah.
Cisco is also, I'll put them up here as well on the screen. Cisco, whoops. What did I just do? Cisco is starting to move. I should lock my montage screens just so I don't get stuck. Cisco is shooting up here as well. Presumably that means their numbers are out. Disney, so yeah, Disney beat the estimates, top and bottom line.
Yeah. Disney's actually looking pretty good. Cutting a little bit long Disney here.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Is selling it. That was a scary trade. Wow.
Yeah, you got such big gaps between the
yeah,
bid
totally.
and ask.
It's it just jumps. Just Yeah, you really got to keep your size small. Otherwise, you just obliterated.
Yeah. This is one where you could lose like $4 before you blink, and then you.
Yeah.
Cisco beat their numbers as well. Not by much, but Cisco's usually pretty tight on their estimates, so I'm not surprised to see that they are, just barely above. So small beat for them. And forward guidance. Forward guidance is at the high end of the range for Cisco, so that's generally good news for them. So that explains why they're moving up. Disney,
Cisco's never a great trading stock.
no, not usually. You can get a couple of moves off the open occasionally, but not usually.
Yeah.
But you're right. It doesn't generally trade very well at all. Well, Disney's up now,
okay,
145.
SPY is continuing to show some strength here into the close. Interestingly, Snap had a good day today, and I'm kind of liking the chart on Fastly, FSLY. It looks like it looks on a daily chart, looks like it's put in a higher low. Moving averages are curling up here. Gonna look at that one for a swing trade maybe tomorrow. FSLY.
FSLY. There you go. You heard it here first, everyone.
Yeah, it just does look kind of interesting.
Well,
wow. Look at Disney go, eh? Wow.
Yeah, it sort of hit 145 and then pulled back a little bit.
It did, yeah.
Who knows how far it'll go? Usually this is this sort of slow action now that could take it up. If I look at the daily on Disney, it's up in this area that it sort of had been hanging out in. So
this Monday high is 147.
Yeah, I was just looking at
that was 68.
68,
yeah. So that was Monday's high on the exuberance of the vaccine news, and now more exuberance on their performance.
So there is a daily level here, 147.30 back from February. And then there's almost another level here, 149. And then what's the high up here? 152.97. I don't think we're worried about that right now, but pre-market, you never know.
XPEV is really pulling back here. It's kind of surprising.
So I could see this overnight getting up to around 150-ish. If people get real excited, that's possible.
Yeah, I can see this. This will be definitely in play in the open.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, with that, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Give us a like. I'd appreciate that. Or send us your feedback. Either way. Or both. Peter at bearbulltraders.com. Feel free to reach out. So, DNK, is Donkey Kong reporting today? Somebody's asking that. I don't think it was. Let's see.
I don't believe
November
so.
Friday.
See it.
Friday before the open.
Tomorrow.
So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be before the open. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And what's it? Hyliion? Emery, what's that ticker symbol? Did PLTR report? I must have missed that one.
Yeah, it did. It's getting smacked down.
Oh, here
it's getting smacked down.
Earnings per share may not compare. So it looks like they beat on sales, missed on earnings. Maybe we'll write that one down too. PLTR.
Yeah, PLTR. Yeah, it's definitely took a good smacking there. What is PLTR? Let's take a quick boo here. How many shares it has? It's got 725 million shares, 5% on the float. So this could be a rising devil trade tomorrow.
Their guidance, they've raised their guidance for full year here, so that's showing some confidence. A little bit of a mixed message in that. We'll see what it does tomorrow. That might be a good sign for some action.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, everyone, have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you in the morning. And Peter, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Brian. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here with me.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Talk to everyone later. See you guys. Have a good night.
Later. I will, we'll shut down. Oh, HYLN. So what are we looking at? HYLN here. HYLN. Look at that over here. HYLN. Hyliion Holdings. Well, they're not doing anything after hours here. They look like they're ugly trading during the day. I'm seeing a lot of redeeming factors here as a day trade on Hyliion Holdings, an auto parts company. Yeah, I'm not sure what you see in it, but it's not something that I would day trade for sure. Looks like they're a fairly recent IPO. I don't remember this one IPOing, but they only have a chart that goes back to the beginning of October. The exit's on. Well, thank you for joining us on YouTube. We will